a super informal little review of this Leica SF20 flash gun. I'll spin it around so you can see it a little better. I want to keep this review short and sweet. This is a Leica SF20. I've done a video about it before with my initial impressions, but after having it a year, I thought I'd run down some pros and cons to this flash gun, and if you should spend the money buying it. Just for clarity and transparency, should I say, mine cost me £70, and I think it might have been a mistake by the retailer, because they actually do go for 200 plus pounds in the UK right now, so there you go. That might change my judgment of the flash gun. First of all, I've had a lot of people say, like, why do you shoot it with your Ricoh? Because it's a TTL flash. Yeah, it is a TTL flash, but it's also automatic and manual. So for the longest time I was shooting in manual mode, where I would set the aperture through here, yeah, and the ISO. So normally kept it like 200 or 100, just personal preference, but the higher the ISO, the longer the flash goes. I mean, that is absolutely ridiculous, by the way. This is really good for digital, not so much for film. But now I'm shooting with my Ricoh. I shoot in automatic mode and change the aperture appropriately, stop the ISO down to like 100 maybe, and yeah, there is a an exposure, like an overexposure, underexposure program mode here, but I never use it and I don't feel qualified to talk about it, so I'm going to skip over that. What I can talk about is the pros of this. Is it's super powerful, it recharges instantly, it also has a diffuser, which is great. The problem with this flash gun is that it doesn't really cover the 28mm focal length. It's like 35 and 50, which does make sense, because when I've shot it with my 35 there's no strobing compared to my 28, which is kind of frustrating. Another one of the cons is the price. For nearly £300, $300, you're expecting a lot of flash gun, and I do think there's better flash guns for the price. You know, I would rather spend £100 on a flash gun and the rest on film if I was gonna, you know, if I was looking to buy this. But fortunately I got a really good deal on it, that meant I just pulled the trigger. A cool feature I should mention with this camera is that it has auto switch off, which is really good to save money on batteries. But that being said, I have gone to take photos before on the street like this and it's been turned off, which is kind of frustrating, but hey, pros and cons. It's also super durable. I've dropped it, I banged it around, chucked it in my bag. I might not have done that if I'd spent £250 on it, and I do tend to look after my stuff really well, but just after a year of using it, you know, it's been away with me. It's been to a couple of different countries. It does get moved around a little bit, so it's super durable. And this here, this tightener is like also like super like heavy duty. It's almost too tight, which is kind of jarring, but I'd rather have it like that. In conclusion, this is an amazing flash gun, and if you do have the money to buy it, I would definitely go for it. That being said, as I mentioned earlier, if you're shooting on film, I would definitely spend the money on film and get a lesser flash gun, because at the end of the day, the pictures are worth more than the flash gun. There's cheap ones on Amazon, you know. I'm gonna show some photos now. Here's some pictures I've taken with the Leica SF20 over the last year. Hope you enjoy, and if you've got any questions, let me know.